Hey YouTube, this is Shadi the generator. I got another video for y'all today, man. This one's a little another off to the tangent, man. This is not so lighthearted, man. Let's see what's going on in the world right now, man. A lot of people have brought it to my attention that we got some stuff going on. I'm a workaholic, so I just been working a lot, and I'm gonna get right into it, man. We're finna see what it's talking about.
A laser caused property damage from a satellite in space.
Can a laser cause property
Let's
damage?
say on a small island in the Pacific. Can a laser cause property damage?
Okay, if you know what they're insinuating, then you know what they're insinuating. That would be crazy, but that's just a speculation and a conspiracy theory. We ain't gonna say that that's true, but anything's possible. It could have been an alien or someone else.
Details on Israel declaring war against Hamas after it launched a surprise attack on Israel. Flames lit up the night sky in Gaza after Israel launched retaliatory attacks. The White House immediately condemned the strikes, lending support to Israel. Reporter Rob Kirkpatrick has the details.
A surprise attack Saturday by Hamas left dozens dead in Israel. Gaza militants launched thousands of rockets, and shortly after daybreak, Israel responded.
Citizens of Israel, we are at war.
The Israeli Defense Forces said its troops are fighting in at least a half dozen locations.
Hey, man, war is terrible, man. I ain't gonna lie. We should always avoid war at all costs. That's crazy. I I don't know much about either side, so I'm gonna have to do some investigations and you know what I'm saying. So dig deep into both sides. I'm honestly educated on both sides, so I don't know really what's going on.
A very severe morning. We are very much now focused on sending forces to these locations where there's ongoing fighting.
Israeli rescue services estimate at least 200 Israelis have been killed in the violence and hundreds more injured in Gaza. More than 200 Palestinians have been killed, with more than 1,600 injured, according to the Palestinian Health Ministry. Some residents of two different villages in southern Israel near the Gaza border told Israeli TV that militants were trying to break into their homes. Hamas also claimed to have captured several Israeli soldiers near the border. And this video, geolocated by CNN, appears to show Gaza militants taking Israelis captive. President Joe Biden says he spoke with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and offered his full support and condolences to Israel.
The United States stands with the people of Israel in the face of these terrorist assaults. Israel has the right to defend itself.
Saturday's assault.
Okay, so they're saying Hamas is a terrorist. Israel is not. Is the cool people. But I wonder where Hamas is located because it looked like they shot down a whole residential building. So that's crazy.
Assault comes on the 50th anniversary of the
wonder where
1973 war in which Arab states blitzed Israel on Yom Kippur, the holiest day of the Jewish calendar.
Terrorists is like the biggest cowards. You know what I'm saying? They hide amongst the people. Instead of show. If you're a military, you gonna show you like a gang. They gonna show their colors, so you gonna know who in the gang. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna hide amongst a bunch of people. Yeah, they gonna show their colors. You know what I'm saying?
Rob Kirkpatrick reporting.
All right, let's see what's next. See what I got loaded up for me. Looks like
Been
something similar.
following this morning, Israel's security cabinet officially declaring Israel is at war. We're learning Israeli's strategic affairs minister has said Americans are being held hostage by Hamas fighters. The minister declined to estimate exactly how many Americans specifically could be held. Israeli Defense Forces officials say this is the most devastating attack to hit the state of Israel since it was created 75 years ago. The fighting between Israel and Hamas continued overnight with more rocket fire exchange, and we've seen an all-hands response from Washington. ABC News reporter Liz Landers is in D.C. with the latest. Liz.
Good morning, Zach. As you mentioned, Israeli authorities are now confirming that there are more than 100 civilians and soldiers that are being held hostage currently by Hamas.
The second day of intense fighting continues between Hamas and Israeli military forces following air, land, and sea attack by Hamas during the pre-dawn hours of Saturday.
Wait, in 2 days, over 1,000 people have died so far, and they done took sound like 100 or hundreds of Americans captured. Damn, there's a lot of it going on over there.
Which has claimed hundreds of lives and thousands of injuries on both sides. It's the first time in 50 years Israel has been surprised by attack. Hamas says that their deadly actions are due to the Israeli government's policy occupation of Palestinian land, along with other grievances. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu responding to Hamas, saying that, quote, Israel will settle the
And you know what I'm saying? That's why we got the Second Amendment for real, though. Like, shit like that start happening in your backyard, you know what I'm saying? How you gonna wait on the police? You know what I'm saying? You know, the police thinking about their kids right now. They like, you know what I'm saying? The firefighters, and you know, some of them gonna do their duty, but is all of them, you know, everywhere in every state? We know this from a fact when, you know, the school shooter, you know, ran into that school and the police just waited outside and barricaded them in with the kids. Like what's gonna happen when it's trained soldiers on the ground? You know what I'm saying? You know, somewhere. You know, you think that they police is? You think they police was, you know, shielding them from the bombs and stuff like that? And when the soldiers come in, like, if you know, nah. You got it's every man for himself at that point. You gotta, you know, you gotta take care of family. You know what I'm saying? And hope none of them soldiers make it to y'all. And if they do, you better, man, because you never know what a soldier from another place will do to you, because they on go mode. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be ready, man. Especially some terrorists, man. You got to be on go mode. You can't let no terrorists come get your family. You know what they'll do to them? Take your kid, man.
score. In Washington, congressional leaders and President Biden both condemned the attack. Mr. Biden spoke by phone Saturday with Netanyahu and addressed the nation, offering full U.S. support.
Israel has the right to defend itself and its people. Full stop.
U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken has been working the phones with his counterparts in the Middle East and elsewhere to try and de-escalate the situation. Meanwhile, the FBI and the Department of Homeland Security, while not having specific intelligence indicating a threat to the U.S., have issued a public safety notification to law enforcement nationally, urging them to remain vigilant.
And an emergency meeting of the
What I just say? Now they looking back at home like, they look over there, they look back, yeah, boy, on everything. You know what I'm saying? And it's messed up that, you know, here in America, that, you know, we be shooting each other like that. We supposed to be at the gun range with each other. You know what I'm saying? Showing each other how to shoot better for, you know, situations like this. You know what I'm saying? You never know. People might try to come here and hurt us. You know what I'm saying? And we too busy trying to hurt each other to even think about somebody else.
United Nations Security Council is being held today in New York City. This comes as diplomats worldwide are concerned that the conflict between Israel and Gaza right now could spill over into other parts of that region, Zach.
It's crazy. Straight up craziness. Crazy, man. Oh, we got another one. Dang.
Watch the violence and the fighting that's happening right now. Where are we at? How deadly has it been so far?
Well, it's the worst attack inside Israel since the formation of the nation in 1948. There's really no comparison. Even the Yom Kippur War that happened essentially on this 50th anniversary.
Man, who's shooting these air missiles
was a
off?
completely different thing and had far fewer casualties inside Israel. And right now we're looking at 700 dead, as you said, inside Israel. Some of them are American. We don't know exactly how many.
I'm trying to figure out.
And 370 Palestinians who have been killed both in fighting, I think mostly in fighting, and some in retaliatory attacks. Now, anyone who's been following the conflict over the years knows that, you know, when Israel and Gaza get into one of these
Man, that boy treading thin waters right now. He trying to describe this right now. He can't stop saying but I feel him though. It's hard when you talking about, you know, when you're talking about politics, about religion.
A spat like this, that's not a way to put a conflict like this. Generally, a lot of his Palestinian civilians die. We have not yet, I mean, Israel has not quite launched this level of attacks that it often does in situations like this. I think they're quite shocked and not, you know, planning what their next step is. But I would expect the number of Palestinian deaths to grow quickly and by a lot.
Ian, this has been called an intelligence failure for the ages. How did Israel and U.S. security and intelligence officials miss this?
That is a very good question that no one's been able to answer, and I think the answer is not going to be good for Israel's current political leadership. It is. It's hard to find the words for the level of failure of this. I mean, think about it. There was probably 1,000 or at least several hundred, the high hundreds is what the Israeli military said last night, of Palestinian attackers. I mean, can 5 people keep a secret? Not usually. Can 1,000 people keep a secret? Never.
Yeah, true that. But what's the bigger secret? It got to be a bigger secret. Because I bet they want us to give them a whole bunch of, you know, a whole bunch of support, right? And I work in industries, you know, so and I work in sales, and there's a lot of supply shortages and stuff like that. So I know we giving the Ukraine, we giving the this and that. I feel like, you know, we might be overlending, even with all this stuff going on. They need help though. Definitely need help. Well, what's the UN be doing?
Now the Biden administration is trying to figure out what to do about Americans stuck in Israel right now. One of those Americans is Alan Williams, a longtime news anchor at our sister station in Knoxville. He's in Jerusalem on a mission trip right now, and he says everyone from his Knoxville church is safe.
A tour bus, we thought, pulled up, but it wasn't a tour bus. It was a bus of 50 Israeli soldiers that got out with Uzis. So that's what we're facing right here. We're not really afraid. We're just kind of curious as to what this all means. And of course, we're in the holiest place in the world, and we're certainly doing a lot of praying from here.
Tomorrow, the Jewish Federation of Greater Nashville will hold a community rally at the Gordon JCC in West Nashville. It's open to the public for anyone who wants to attend.
On the game. What does this all mean?
We are getting in tonight new video and survivor testimony giving us a clearer picture of what happened and when in the early minutes of that Hamas invasion, specifically at the site of a music festival where nearly 260 people were killed, according to Israeli first responders. Our Josh Letterman is laying out what we know about what happened, and we want to warn you, what you're about to see is disturbing.
It was meant to be a night of free love and spirit, but turned into a morning of chaos and devastation. At the Supernova Music Festival, only about 3 miles from the Israel-Gaza border, young people flocked from around the world to the beauty of the Negev desert. DJs played through the night and into the early morning. This video, taken by one of the organizers at 6:28 a.m., shows the sizable crowd still dancing carefree. Then, the celebration became a hunting ground for Hamas. As dawn broke, video taken by a festival goer appears to show objects approaching from the sky. They'd later find out they were Hamas paragliders. New video released by Hamas showing their militants training on the paragliders before the attack. Within minutes, festival security guards are seen urging people to flee. Video shows hundreds of people abandoning the party as gunshots ring out around them. Terror overwhelming this woman as she runs from the gunfire. In another video, people are seen hiding from attackers in the bushes nearby. Amid the gun.
Man, it's crazy. I ain't gonna lie. I've been in shootouts and stuff like that. You know, bullets flying, people shooting at you, all that. I feel like this would be a whole different feeling, like you're being fully hunted. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, probably at a certain situation, same feeling, but you know, this you're completely helpless. You're a kid, not really a kid, but you young. You know what I'm saying? You kind of you shorty-ish. You know what I'm saying? You're not no full, you full grown, but you're not no fully mature person. You're still young and dumb. And you know, there's probably some grown folks out there, but it looked like a bunch of young folks. And y'all just getting popped that over some, you know what I'm saying? Over some y'all don't even probably think about. For country, y'all getting popped that for country, and y'all don't even, man, that's crazy.
Gunfire, a group taking cover, and desperate attempts to save lives, tying a tourniquet around a bloodied leg. This dashcam video found by Israeli first responders showing a person lying on the ground being executed at point-blank range.
They better not show that.
Witnesses described abandoning their cars after being shot at and running. More videos showing crowds of people racing across dusty fields, trying to find safety. But some didn't find it, instead taken hostage. 25-year-old Noah Argamani seen on the back of a motorcycle as she's taken presumably to Gaza. Her family now pleading for mercy in media interviews. One witness who says she escaped by foot before being picked up by a motorcycle.
What I say, whenever they came in through once they there and you ain't got no way to protect yourself, they're gonna do it. If you can't fight back with your life and they can't kill you, you don't want to go back with them. You gotta fight for your life. We need to start releasing rules for every video, man. Rule of a terrorist attack: do never let them kidnap you. You might as well. I don't know, unless you like that torture stuff, but unless you want to be tortured to death, and probably never. Man, don't never let them take you, man. Make them kill you on the spot or make them move around. You got to fight with your life, man. No terrorists, no kidnappers, none of that. You out at the mall and they trying to kidnap you, man, you got to fight me, bro. We finna do this in front of God and everybody. Don't never let nobody take you nowhere. We got to go, or we all going, or I'm going, but we not going nowhere together. Somebody got to die right here.
Saw people being killed all around her.
Don't never let nobody kidnap you. That's crazy.
Young people. It's a festival for young people. Many people are dying in the road.
About 260 people were killed at the event, according to Zaka, an Israeli emergency response group. Videos taken the next day show the scale of destruction. Cars littering the road, burnt out at the access point to the festival, as Israelis assess the human loss and continue to seek those kidnapped or missing.
Man,
thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories.
My wife be talking about going overseas, and I'd be like, I got one more video for y'all, man. I don't even know what this is. Let's see. I don't even know if this is even related. Let's see. Hold Oh, okay, they're just showing us what control exposure. Okay, y'all seen it. That looks totally different than I wonder how much. I wonder how much material that actually removed off the surface of that. Hey, but hey, man, that's the end of that video right there, man. I appreciate y'all if y'all made it this far in the video. If you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get all these hot drops, and you can catch them whenever they catch you. All right. So I appreciate your time. Also, leave in the comment section any videos you want me to see so I can see what you want me to see, any links or whatever, or you can actually, I don't know if you can DM me or whatever. I don't know how this works, but we're gonna figure it out together though. All right, appreciate your time. Good night.